There comes a quiet moment in life when you realize that holding on is costing you more than letting go. Not loudly, not dramatically, but in the subtle weight you carry each day, in the tension in your chest, in the thoughts that return uninvited. You tell yourself that holding on is strength, that remembering every hurt is protection, that clinging to what was lost is loyalty. But look closer. What you are holding is holding you. You are not made to carry bitterness like a burden on your back. You are not meant to relive the same wound in different forms, again and again. And yet, you do. Because letting go feels like surrender, like defeat, like losing something that mattered. But there is a truth deeper than that fear. Letting go is not giving up. It is choosing peace over poison. It is choosing clarity over chaos. You do not abandon your purpose when you release what harms you. You refine it. The Stoic mind understands this well. It sees clearly what belongs within your control and what does not. It does not beg the past to change. It does not demand the world to bend. Instead, it stands firm within. You are not weakened by forgiveness. You are strengthened by it, because forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. To walk forward without chains, to act without resentment clouding your judgment, to live without being tied to what no longer exists. There is a quiet power in releasing what you cannot control, a strength that does not shout, but endures. And this is where your journey begins, not in forgetting, not in denying pain, but in learning how to carry it without becoming it. You are here to grow stronger, not heavier, to become calmer, not harder. So listen closely, because what you are about to understand may change the way you carry your life. You have faced moments that tested you, moments that left marks no one else can see, words that stayed longer than they should, actions that reshaped how you trust, how you think, how you guard yourself. And in response, you adapted. You built walls. You sharpened your awareness. You learned to anticipate harm before it arrived. This is natural, but over time, protection can become a prison. What once kept you safe begins to keep you closed. What once made you strong begins to make you rigid. You start to carry everything, every insult, every betrayal, every disappointment. You replay them. You analyze them. You hold them close, as if letting go would erase their meaning. But consider this. Pain does not become wisdom simply because you remember it. It becomes wisdom when you understand it and release its grip. The Stoic path is not about becoming emotionless. It is about becoming sovereign over your emotions. There is a difference. To feel anger is human. To be ruled by it is surrender. To feel hurt is natural. To let it define your actions is a choice. And this is where your power lies. Not in controlling what happened, but in choosing how it lives within you now. You cannot rewrite the past. You cannot undo what has been said or done. But you can decide this. Will you carry it as a wound or transform it into strength? This is not easy work. It requires you to sit in silence with your thoughts, to observe them without immediately reacting, to question them. Why does this still hold power over you? Why does this memory still provoke you? Why do you allow it to shape your present? These questions are not meant to judge you. They are meant to free you. Because often, what you hold on to is not the event itself, but the meaning you have attached to it. You tell yourself a story. That should not have happened. They should have known better. I did not deserve that. And perhaps all of that is true. But reality does not bend to what should have been. It exists as it is. And your suffering grows when you resist that reality. The Stoic mind accepts first and acts second. Acceptance is not approval. It is clarity. It is seeing the situation without distortion, without adding layers of resentment and resistance. From that clarity, you gain strength, because now your energy is no longer wasted on fighting the unchangeable. It is directed toward what is still within your reach, your thoughts, your actions, your character. This is your domain, and within it, you are powerful. You can choose patience when anger rises. You can choose silence when provoked. You can choose discipline when emotions demand reaction. This is not suppression, it is mastery. You are not ignoring your feelings. You are guiding them, like a steady hand on restless waters. And as you practice this, something begins to change. The things that once disturbed you lose their intensity. The words that once lingered fade more quickly. The weight you carried becomes lighter, not because life has become easier, but because you have become stronger. You begin to understand a deeper truth. Nothing outside of you has the power to disturb your peace, unless you allow it. This is not weakness. This is freedom. Freedom from needing others to act a certain way. Freedom from being controlled by every external event. Freedom from carrying unnecessary burdens. And in that freedom, you find calm, a calm that is not fragile, a calm that does not depend on circumstances, a calm that comes from within. This is the strength you are building. Not loud, not aggressive, but steady, unshaken, enduring. The Stoic path does not remove hardship. It prepares you for it. You will encounter injustice. You will face misunderstanding. And in those moments, your mind will be tested again. Old patterns will try to return. The urge to react. The impulse to hold on. The desire to prove. To resist. To fight what cannot be changed. This is where your discipline matters most. Because strength is not built in comfort. It is revealed in challenge. When something disturbs you, pause. Do not rush to respond. Do not let the first wave of emotion dictate your actions. Instead, create space. Even a few seconds of silence can change everything. In that space, ask yourself, is this within my control? Is my reaction helping me or harming me? What kind of person do I choose to be in this moment? These questions bring you back to yourself. They remind you that you are not a passive recipient of life. You are an active participant in how you experience it. And with that awareness, you regain control, not over the world, but over your response to it. This is where true strength lies, not in overpowering others, not in winning every argument, but in mastering yourself, to remain calm when others lose control, to remain kind when others are harsh, to remain steady when circumstances shift. This is not weakness. It is a form of quiet power that few truly understand, because it requires patience. It requires restraint. It requires you to let go of the need to always be right, to always be justified, to always be seen. And that is difficult, because the ego resists this. It wants recognition. It wants validation. It wants to hold on to every perceived wrong. But the more you feed it, the more restless you become. The Stoic mind chooses a different path. It asks, what truly matters? Does holding on to this resentment improve your life? Does replaying this moment bring you closer to peace? Does proving your point change what has already happened? Often the answer is no. And in that realization, there is an opportunity to release, not because it was insignificant, but because you are no longer willing to let it control you. Let go of the need to revisit the same pain. Let go of the expectation that others must understand you. Let go of the illusion that the past can be corrected. You are not abandoning your values. You are protecting them. Because your purpose requires clarity. It requires focus. It requires energy. And bitterness drains all of these. You cannot move forward while constantly looking back. You cannot build something meaningful while carrying unnecessary weight. So you make a decision. A quiet, firm decision. You will endure without hardening. You will feel without being overwhelmed. You will remember without being trapped. This is balance. This is strength that is both soft and firm. Soft enough to forgive. Firm enough to continue. You do not collapse under pressure. You do not become cold in response to pain. You remain centered, grounded in what you can control, at peace with what you cannot. And as you continue this practice, you begin to trust yourself more. You trust your ability to handle difficulty. You trust your ability to remain steady. You trust your ability to let go without losing direction. This trust becomes your foundation, unseen but unbreakable. And from this foundation, you rise stronger each day. Let this be clear. You are not here to avoid life. You are here to meet it, fully, with awareness, with discipline, with quiet strength. There will always be things beyond your control. People will act in ways you do not expect. Events will unfold in ways you did not choose. Loss will come, as it always does. But your power has never been in controlling these things. Your power is in how you stand within them. You can carry resentment, or you can carry wisdom. You can hold on to pain, or you can transform it into strength. You can resist reality, or you can accept it and move forward with clarity. The choice is always yours, and each time you choose to let go, you are not becoming weaker. You are becoming lighter. Each time you choose patience over reaction, you are not losing power. You are refining it. Each time you release what you cannot control, you are not giving up. You are stepping into a deeper form of strength. So walk forward, not empty, but unburdened. Not hardened, but resilient. Not indifferent, but composed. Let your mind be calm. Let your actions be deliberate. Let your purpose remain steady. And when the past calls you back, when old thoughts try to pull you into their weight, remind yourself you have already learned the lesson. You have already felt the pain. You do not need to carry it any longer. Release it. Not because it did not matter, but because you do. And your life, your purpose, your peace require space to grow. Let go without giving up. Endure without becoming rigid. Forgive without forgetting your strength. And in that balance, you will find a calm that cannot be shaken, a strength that cannot be broken, a life that is truly your own.